Carlos, for Diaz there, was that just a missed location for him?
Yeah, down and in against the lefty, put a good swing and got him. So, yeah.
What did you see out of Budo today?
He was having a hard time getting ahead. Made pitches, obviously got back in the count and got a huge out on a rise, and then we throw the guy out at second base. And then, the 1 out, 0-2, ball 4 to the 9-hole hitter, I thought that was, that was pretty much the at-bat that cost him the game there. Because then, he's got to face the top of their lineup, and Profar got him on a sinker that, he left up in the middle of the zone. So, I think, again, the 0-2 walk to the 9-hole hitter was a 1.
What's the emotion of kind of being on the verge of taking 3 out of 4 here and then having to leave with a split?
Hey, the biggest takeaway, we play a really good series. That's a really good team right there, and it felt like a playoff atmosphere, playoff games. Really good bullpen. We saw all of their arms today. And, the fact that we were 5 outs away from taking 3 out of 4 here. But look, proud of the guys, and you just got to turn the page and be ready for a really good series again. Another good team that we got here in the Diamondbacks coming up. But, a tough one, no doubt about it, but we just got to turn the page here.
After that walk to McCoy, what made you stick with Budo there instead of maybe going to Diaz?
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to go 5 outs with Diaz. He was got the ground ball and then just a walk. So, that was his game there.
Why not 5 outs for Diaz?
I wasn't going to push him like that.
I guess practically speaking, what's the difference between 5 and 4?
Well, there's a lot that goes into it, especially after he was up twice early in I was pushing him by getting more than 1 inning, so we just didn't get there.
Quintana, what do you think?
Oh, good. He was staying the attack, aggressive, got quick outs when needed, got ground balls. We made good plays. He was really good. Another good outing from the starters, especially for Quintana after, what he went through the past 3. So I thought he was really good.
With Quintana, after he gets out of the 6th and then you leave him in for the 7th, how do you decide batter to batter? How long?
Not having a lefty available today, I wanted to get Quintana through the 2 lefties behind Machado, especially after we add on and we were up 2. So, because I knew they were going to, they had Peralta and they had a rise. So 4 lefties right away for Budo. I thought, especially with the way Quintana was looking, so I was going to go not only Machado, but I was going to try to get the lefties with him.
What was different about Quintana today versus his previous 2 starts?
He was in the zone, he didn't need a ball. He was attacking, and got outs when needed, and he just didn't shy away from contact.
We learned about Brett Beatty breaking his finger. How much of a blow is that for him?
Yeah, it's a big blow, especially where we are in the season. His name is one of the names of, probably in consideration for September. Now we just got to get him back healthy and, whatever that long that is. But, yeah, it's a big blow for him and a big blow for us.
What does he need to do just over, the coming months to sort of reestablish himself and where he wants to be as a player?
Who's this?
Beatty.
Well, he's got to get healthy first, and then, we'll see where we are. But he's going to miss quite a bit of time here, so.
Is his season definitely over, or is it possible he makes
it's possible, but who knows? It's a fracture, and we'll see what we got.
Edwin, was that just a missed location with Merrill there?
Yeah, I just missed my location. I was trying to throw my slider down and in to him, and I just left it in the middle.
What makes him such a tough hitter?
I haven't faced him before, so I was trying to. First of all, I threw my 2 fastball. I missed it, so I was trying to throw a good slider to see if he can chase, and then try to go back in the count and finish him up.
Team-wise, Edwin, after almost winning this series, settling for a split against a good team, a team that you're chasing, where do you feel like you guys are at right now?
We good. We are in a good bite. It's better winning 3 out of 4, but we split the series against a good team, a playoff team, and I think we feel good about it.
You guys are treading water right now, not falling behind, not really gaining ground. Is that good enough, do you think, during this stretch of playing really good teams?
Yeah, we just gotta win games. We can't think about other teams. They gotta play outside the same type of game where we have to play. Like I don't know how many games left in the season. We just have to continue keep winning games, winning series, and see what happens at the end.
When they ask you to go 1+, what's the difference between 4 outs and 5 outs?
I think it's the same. I just came a little bit early in the game than my usual outings. Today I was ready to come in the eighth, and after Budo, they tied the game against Budo. They sent me down, bring Maidon, and I was ready for the ninth.
Well, I have a lot of expectation in this game. Try to win this series, especially against Padres. And it was a really good game. Very different with me. It was more aggressive in the zone. A bit more times the zone and execute more pitches way better. I think 0-1 and 0-2 give me more chance to get quicker outs and run a little bit more in the game.
Got a lot of ground ball outs today. What were you able to do with your pitches in the zone to induce those ground balls?
Change speed. Sometimes I start with the hitter and sometimes soft away. By execution was to give me more chance to get ground balls, and put a ball in play. That's what I want. That's what I want, and try to use a bit all the counts. Like win counts, like 0-0, 1-1. So I think that was the difference today, and and I get that feeling right away, and I can execute the pitches.
What do you think of this series for the team, and just what's the disappointment that you couldn't get out of here with 3 out of 4?
Well, it was a great series. I think difference today is was the bullpen for Dan. The bullpen was so good. I think we kept fighting against Dan, and it was a close game. So we feel good, and we keep it going. We still in a good position, and it was a tight series. We're playing against a really good team.
Given how close you guys were to taking 3 out of 4, how much does this one sting?
Well, we're so close, we're so close. But like I say, anywhere they are a really good team. So, we don't expect to lose this game, and we have some good opportunities. So it's a little frustrating at the end, but it was a close game, and sometimes that's gonna happen, and we split the series. So. We keep on going and try to get a good straight winning.
What did you think of that Iglesias play up the middle?
Amazing. That's the kind of plays you need. You need it sometimes, and when you say, "Well, the next guy, I have the next guy," for sure. It was a great place. It's always good when you have a defense making a good plays behind you.